Hi there, Libra. Thank you so much for tuning into this reading here. It is for April 2017. It will cover approximately the first 2 weeks, but of course, right, energy is fluid, so it could permeate a little bit before then and a little bit after as well. Nonetheless, Libra, I was meditating on your sign before I turned on the camera, and there's this feeling of a change of events. Okay, something, either something as you didn't expect it, right? It's like some aspect of an environment or a situation or a circumstance has taken a turn that was outside of sort of the expected final result, okay? And whatever this is has required of you to make a decision, right? It's like, how do I move from here? What do I do, right? Like, now that this happened, look at the way that these two cards popped out, right? And these two cards popped out while I was shuffling before I turned the camera as well. And so it, right, is the eight of Wands speaking to shock factor, right? Sudden event that we just did not see coming in some capacity, requires of us to somehow rise above it, okay, and make do with what we have. I'm also feeling that, okay. So it's almost like, right, it's like this. I'm feeling it's like this, like having to go on set for something, having to present something, and it's like you figure out last minute that you have to do this thing, and you're like, well, how the heck, right? And it's almost like you get frustrated and you throw everything on the table, and you're like, I mean, that's kind of the feeling that I'm feeling here as well, okay? Nonetheless, this big chunk just flew out. Okay, Six of Pentacles in reverse, overlaying the Ten of Swords in reverse. Excuse me, Libra, 1 second. Overlaying the Seven of Wands upright, overlaying the Hierophant in reverse, overlaying the Tower in reverse, overlaying the World in reverse, overlaying the Ace of Pentacles in reverse, overlaying the Ace of Wands upright, overlaying the Three of Pentacles upright. So, let's get these cards back in succession, and I will say that one second, let me tune in. Something is impromptu. Okay, something comes up, something comes about that requires of you to makeshift something, right? Like, wasn't expecting that I was going to need to do this, like, so you start, I don't know, building something in some way or having to do something on the spot, okay? And it's a very obvious decision, whatever it is. It's an obvious sort of deviation. Am I going to go left? Am I going to go right? Am I going to fly up? Am I going to fly down? Right? Am I going to stay? Am I going to go? Right? So look at, right? Judgment. But it requires of you an immediate reaction. That's what I'm feeling, Libra. Okay? And it could be throwing you a little bit off center. It's like, you didn't expect it. Okay? Throwing you off your base a little bit, perhaps. Let me tune in 1 second. Six of Pentacles is what's masking this whole deck that flew out. Six of Pentacles in reverse. So you may have been planning, for, like, you were thinking, oh, it's going to happen this way, whatever this is, right? It's like, this tree is going to grow in this way, and the branches are going to come out like this, but then you realize, wait a second, like, the seed of this tree was not the tree that I thought, and so now it's growing in a completely different direction, like, its branches are, like, thorny, and they're, like, going out like that instead of, like, this, or like that, I don't know, right? It's like, something about whatever this is, it's, the feeling I'm getting is, like, a Mercury retrograde feeling, right? Where it's, like, typically, right, things are not as they seem during Mercury retrograde, right? You may meet someone and the way that they appear to you during the Mercury retrograde is completely different than after, right? Once you interact with them, once Mercury is direct. So, It's like almost like that. It's like the sobering up of a situation, even perhaps, where it's like, whoa, like you are not what I thought, right? It's like, or simply, right, I thought that the situation was going to go in this direction. I thought that this was going to be what's fruitful. I thought I could count on this, right? But then you're like, whoa, right? Something comes about that just shakes it up for you and causes you to jump ship in some kind of way, okay? The decision, am I going to jump ship or am I not, okay? The feeling I'm getting, Libra, is like being in a pool, or yes, it's like in a pool, or like you're in the water, in the ocean somewhere, and you're on the water, and then all of a sudden, right, something comes like diving into the water and creates like a splash. Like here you were, right, just relaxing, chilling in your inner tube or whatever it is, right, or on your back, right. It's maybe you're like on some I don't know, coastline of an island. It's super quiet there, and you're just looking up at the sky, and all of a sudden, right, like this I don't know, some kind of dolphin animal, something like just comes and lands, or someone jumps in the pool, and you're like, that was really unsettling to some degree, or I was not expecting that. And you have to think like, okay, do I still want to be in this pool, right? It's like that individual, let's say it's someone, or there's something happens in the water, and it's like loud, and there's all kinds of noise now, and maybe kids are throwing things, and there's water splashing everywhere, and you're like the pool was real nice before this happened. Do I want to still remain, or do I want to get out, right? Is it going to be to my benefit to stay in the situation, or is it not? Right? And so it's almost like this is also the feeling I'm getting, right? Like, you know, birds that just flock. And then let's say someone throws a stone at a pigeon or something, right? It's like so sad. Like then they freak out, right? And then they start flying and fluttering away. It's like that's the feeling I'm getting with these two cards, right? Where there was maybe some element of peace residing in the situation. Suddenly, right, something happens where it's like you're startled a little bit, and your instinctual reaction is to maybe leave the situation because it's not what you expected, okay? So we'll get further into it, I'm feeling, Libra, but that could perhaps be something at play here, okay? But I'm also thinking, think about this decision, whatever this is, right? Because your impulse could be, you know, and you try to get out of the pool or the water, whatever it is, right? So just think about it, right? Think about it. But nonetheless, right, I'm feeling that strongly, okay? Like, follow your intuition as well. If you feel like you need to get out of the pool, get out of the pool, right? Like, do what you need to do. I'm feeling that. And I'm feeling that Six of Pentacles in reverse, it's like not as fruitful as you thought, maybe, okay? Followed by the Ten of Swords in reverse. You had put a lot of thought into whatever this was. A lot of thought. And perhaps, right, it's like you had tried, it's like you had situated yourself on that inner tube for so long, trying to get comfortable. Like, I'm not comfortable. Like, I gotta kick my one leg out, and then right? It's like, it's like pulling on my skin now. I gotta readjust. It's pulling my hair now. Like, you know, so it took you so long to finally adjust your positioning on the inner tube. To which point you're like, finally, like I can relax now. And then something happens. It's like, oh man, I gotta get out now. Okay? So, you might have put in a lot of thinking and strategy into this. And so, right, don't be surprised if you need to go back to the drawing board in some shape or form as it regards this, okay? And out comes, right, the Seven of Wands. The need to. The feeling I'm getting with this is like fight or flight, survival moment. Like, we're in the dark. We need to light a match and get some light in here immediately. That's kind of the feeling that I'm getting, right, as well with these two cards. It's like, you know, when you're in that situation, it's like, the same feeling came out for another sign. It was like I made the analogy of the Survivor show, being on Survivor, right, where it's like, your immediate reaction when you're in a situation like that is your immediate reaction, is your impulse, right? And you're thinking about, right, it's like makeshift. Yet again, it's like makeshift. It's like, well, I was going to do it this way and I was going to do it that way, but now, right, I'm just going to need to take matters into my own hands, light this match, right, it's maybe not like what I expected and what it was most comfortable or conducive I thought, but it's just what I need to do now, okay? And it may require you to do things that are unpleasant or uncomfortable or in some way, right? Like you usually don't go about things like that, okay? But I'm feeling, right, it's like the lights go out, right? Like, you know, when there's a storm and the lights go out, and you're like, all right, you're like running through the house. Where's the candle? I need to like, that's the feeling I'm getting here. Okay. So, you're left to your own devices, Libra, and out comes the Hierophant in reverse. I'm feeling this is like the pandemonium of, and look, okay, the tower behind the Hierophant, both in reverse, is like following the Seven of Wands. It's like the pandemonium, okay? Even like the feeling like, you know, when you're in that moment of like, I need to do something, right? I need to do something, right, about the situation. I need to take control of the situation. Before, right, it escalates. But in that moment, it's that fight or flight. It's like, I need to focus on lighting this match so that I can actually light it, right? But if I'm so busy, right, freaking out or thinking about, well, right, what is, why the lights went out and whatever else, right? It's like your focus is on efficiency. Okay, your focus is on efficiency and doing what you can in the situation with what you have, right? So it's almost like, I will say this. Excuse me, Libra. It's kind of like this. It's like, okay, imagine a news anchor, right? And where they are on their news set, and there's like a technical difficulty, right? There's something going on with their mic or their headset, and they're not ready to go on air, but everyone is motioning, you gotta go on air, like in 3, 2, and you're like kind of frantic, you're like, where's my headpiece, like, right? But when under pressure, like in that kind of situation, right, it's like you, as a news anchor, you gotta kind of hold it together in some kind of way, right? And, but there could be a lot of chaos around you, right? People shouting, like, the headpiece, like over there, like, duh, you need to turn the volume down, like, you know? So you gotta like, I'm hearing like rely on yourself, okay? And that survival instinct. And I'm not saying that this is like a survival situation necessarily, but right, it could be for some of you, right? Hopefully not, absolutely. But this, right, whatever this is, Libra, I'm feeling that you, right, it's like you're just going to need to really, right, like focus, and listen to your own intuition about what you need to do, okay? And you may be even having like it's like you're maybe preparing, you may even know what's coming, perhaps, like you're like, I need to do it like this before it escalates into this. Do that. If you feel that, Libra, do that, okay? Whatever you feel, if you feel that strongly, like, Libra, yes, I'm feeling it strongly for you, okay? If you have this feeling like, I feel like I should do this, right? I feel like I should do this. Because you just have even like an inkling or something, a dream or something, okay, about something. And you're like, maybe I should, right? Like I should. I'm also hearing like turn the gas on. I don't know, something, okay, about light. Something about light, okay? Right, you may have this sort of foreshadowing or this inkling that comes to you, right? Like, oh, maybe I should do that, right? Like, just, you know, just in case, like, I should just prepare. Okay, so heed that intuition, those whispers, okay, that come to you. Okay, Libra. So, moving into the world in reverse, behind the tower, and it's sort of at the pinnacle. Okay, it's the pinnacle, the world in reverse. And the Ace of Pentacles is right behind the World. Right behind the World. Two aces. Ace of Wands behind the Ace of Pentacles. The Three of Pentacles right behind the Ace. Okay? Okay. And I don't feel that it's something to be, I don't feel it's something to be paranoid about, right? But I feel for some of you, I'm compelled to say that, okay? So, nonetheless, the World in reverse, okay, is right before the Ace of Pentacles, preceding it, sort of at the pinnacle yet again, right? So, whatever this change is, it's like going to kind of change your world. It's going to change your world, okay? But it's like it's like going to be unexpected, Libra. It's going to be unexpected, whatever this change is. And it may mean a change of career as well, okay? It may mean a change of career as well. It may mean just the starting of a brand new slate. In terms of career, finances, whatever you contribute to in a long-term sort of basis, okay? And preceding that is the Ace of Wands, upright, okay? Libra, there's like, okay, whatever the situation is, there's a need to get really crafty with it. Okay, you're gonna have to get really crafty. That's kind of what I'm feeling. You're gonna have to get really crafty, and I'm just getting this like woodsy vibe. Okay, I'm getting this like outdoor, woodsy sort of vibe for you. All right, and it's almost like you've got like a box of matches, and you've got like these hammer and nails, right, and pieces of plywood, and you gotta like use these tools on this mountain as you're maybe camping or something like that. It's like a rudimentary feeling, right, where it's like, I thought that I was going to do it in this kind of more outlandish way, perhaps. That's just something I'm getting, so I'm compelled to say it, right? But I'm needed, right, I'm required now to scale it down and maybe refine my process in some kind of way to make it more simple. That can also be a way that this is channeled through, okay? But nonetheless, the World and the Ace of Pentacles are kind of very similar energies, right? And so whatever this new change is, it's kind of like you're going to be presented with a situation where you're like, I've never dealt with this before, right? Again, right? Like that, pushing the news anchor out on the handing her the microphone, like, speak, hurry, go. I know it's like chaos, but you got to just do it. And it's like you're like, what? Like, I've never done this before, right? I'm usually like, I plan about this in advance. So, okay, it's gonna be something that it's like almost like you can't even wrap your mind around it in some kind of way. Okay, Libra? Okay. Let us get to the Celtic cross here. So I feel like, okay, take home message here, right? Is heed your intuition with whatever happens, right? Or not with whatever happens, with this with whatever comes to you, right? Heed that intuition, Libra. Okay? But you're going to make a fast decision, okay? These two want to come out together, okay? Are you serious? Oh my goodness. 3 signs in a row got judgment in the energetic pathway. Virgo, Taurus, and Libra. That's kind of interesting, right? If you know a Virgo, if you know a Taurus, if you have a Virgo rising, ascendant, or moon sign, if you have a Taurus rising, ascendant, or moon sign, please check out those videos. I feel there may be crossover, okay? Okay. Your theme is the Mother of Swords in reverse, overlaying the Four of Swords in reverse, overlaying the Magician. Magician overlaying the Ace of Swords. So you had pulled 2 aces in your last sort of spread that we just did. And we're seeing again, right, this uprising of your being, okay? And perhaps it's sort of like a resurfacing. It's almost like when you're put in that really challenging, difficult situation, right, where you're like, I need to just act. I've never done this. I gotta just do it. And then you realize, right, that when you're put into that sort of situation under that pressure, you perform. You actually perform, and you're like, whoa, like I actually rocked that. And you know what? Maybe that leads you to discover a side of yourself that you previously, right, never explored. And so whatever this is, right, it's like a newfound, right, once you experience that kind of pressure, okay, you grow. It's like a growing pain, so to speak, right? It's like what doesn't kill you makes you stronger sort of thing, right? Like whatever you experience, right, hardship, let's say, in life in general, right, it serves to strengthen you, right, in the end, right, once you overcome that. And that will ultimately lead you, I'm feeling it's like going to lead you to a greater clarity even of how do I want to move forward in my life from here on out, right? It's like whatever this is going to be profound in terms of your self-perception even, right? It's going to like reshape the way that you see yourself. Okay, and so where before, right, Mother of Swords in reverse, where before there was this self-talk, right, perhaps, that kept you encaged, that did not let you, that held you back from the pursuit of your dreams, right, of being a creator, right, magnanimous energy, creative energy. You're now, right, you are, you're kind of like taking that down, right? It's like by way of startling this bird, right? She like needs to get off the perch, right? She needs to fly off the sword. She can't just remain any longer in this position. And so by doing that, right, it's like there's a shakeup of the environment, but also of her and her relation to her environment. So there's a sort of shifting of perception that's happening by way of this change, whatever this is. And it's going to, I feel, help you resurface in such a way that is profound. And in the end, I feel like it's going to be positive, okay, for you, Libra. So, interesting. Okay, let's get right into it. You have 2 cards popping out here. The Daughter of Pentacles in reverse, the Son of Wands in reverse. Son and daughter together. A pair, complementary, different elements, right? So the Daughter of Pentacles is in your deep past. Son of Wands in your recent past. So, and they're both in reverse, and they're looking straight at each other. Like, look at their interaction. Fascinating, right? It's interesting. And so this can speak to, I'm feeling, this can speak to 2 individuals, but I'm feeling, Libra, that this is the 2 propensities of yourself, okay? That which is more creative, that which is more even enchanting, right? Like, willing to make movement, okay? It's like where previously you were perched, Mother of Swords, Libra, air, strong air energy, perched, right, on fixed with one way of doing things, one perception, right, maybe perhaps in some ways. We forewent, it caused us to forego these other aspects of ourselves, that which is creative, that which is enchanted, right, by this new beginning in some way. But deep inside, it's like it's like a mirror, right? They're like looking at each other, but they're both hanging upside down. And I'm feeling this is speaking to the sort of nucleus, right, of what this energy was for you, whatever this energetic blockage was for you, if that is what you feel it may be for you, is that you repressed, okay, these two sides coming together, perhaps, and but deep inside, right, it's like those two halves are looking straight at each other, and they both understand, right, that they're not fully, right, expressed, and that they want to be, okay. So there's this inner yearning, like I want this. I want to turn them upright. I want to harmonize. With myself. Okay. But it was this energy that needed to be kind of shaken up. Okay? And so by doing that, right, it caused you, it's almost like, you were repressing it maybe, and then something comes forward, an external event, or something of some kind of requires you to just then step into that active use of these sides to yourself, okay? Now, stepping up into the environment position, not environment, but this can be seen in tandem with it. It's right next to the environment card. So, I said that, right? If you feel that may speak to you, then heed that as well. Nonetheless, Libra, the 9 of Wands in reverse in the energetic pathway position, the energy that you stepped into that helped lead you to your current state, which I pulled for you, was the 6 of Cups in reverse, the Daughter of Cups in reverse. Six of Cups in reverse, current state, the Daughter of Cups in your advice. Okay. But again, right, they can be seen together, absolutely. So, 9 of Wands in reverse, leading down to the 6 of Wands, the 6 of Cups in reverse. So look at these two cards together. I feel, Libra, that it's like you don't know what to expect, okay? You don't know what to expect with whatever this change is. It's almost like you got to make a change about something. But you've almost like surrendered to whatever that is, but by way of not actively, right? Taking it into your own hands, like kind of like the repressed energy that we're finding here. So you're like, I know something's coming, I know there's going to be a change, right? You may feel that this change needs to come about, but it's like, it's internalized. It's internalized rather than externalized. Actually actively climbing up the staircase, trying to, right, draw closer to this light, the moon, the clarity. So that led you to the reverse 6 of Cups. Okay. So let me tune in here. 1 second, Libra. There's a lot of fusion, okay, of elements that I'm feeling here for you. Okay, we're seeing earth, we're seeing fire, we're seeing water to some extent as well. And so here on the 6 of Cups, we're seeing the fusion of water and earth. But also I'm feeling fire. Okay, I'm feeling specifically fire as well for you here with this card. So, it's like this. It's like this. Even if, right, you don't want to take the situation head on in some shape or form, it's sort of like all roads lead to Rome, okay? In a way, even if you choose not, right, to look at this tree right side up, turning it upside down almost, right, requires you to take even a deeper look. So I feel like you're internalizing this process to a significant degree, thinking about, right, what is going to bring me emotional satisfaction and stability, right? What is that? And the more that you introspect about that, and the more that you meditate on that, right, the clearer the answer is going to come about for you. And I'm feeling that it is by way, in some shape or form, it is by way of your, really, during the new moon especially, take that time during the new moon. Tap into that quiet space of honesty with yourself, right? Face that shadow, anything that holds us back, right, from pursuing the path that we dream of, right? This Daughter of Cups, right? What is her reflection? What is your reflection? Where do you want to move, and why? Get really solid on that, right? What emotionally drives you forward down a path that is positive and enlightening and satisfying, right? And emotionally freeing. What is that path? What does it look like? What does it feel like? What does it taste like? But I'm feeling, right, this isn't your advice. It's like, yes, take that tempered approach if you need to. Take the tempered approach, right? In fact, it may even be better first to introspect about it deeply before you actually begin to get your hands dirty in the situation, right? And it is Venus retrograde, so, and it's soon to be Mercury retrograde, so, right, take your time if you need to, right? If you're going to start something new, it's absolutely conducive, right? It's a conducive time to remain in the greater planning stages of whatever change you're thinking of making, okay? But a deep introspection is very important, I'm feeling, Libra, okay? Taking a good close look at, who am I? What are my dreams? What are my aspirations? What do I want to create, right? I have this emotional propensity. How have I contributed to my emotional satisfaction in the past? And conversely, right, how is this ideology shifted for me as well, right? How do I fuse and meld these two worlds together? Okay, these two propensities of myself as well. Now, Four of Cups in the near future, looking over at the Daughter of Cups, it's almost like hush hush. It's like, wait a second, right? It's like, shh, don't say anything yet, right? The rat on the Four of Cups is like hushing over the Daughter of Cups, like don't say anything yet, okay? And so maybe you're required yet again, right, to withhold and internalize this process, okay, within you before you externalize it. And your hopes over your fears is the Moon in reverse. It's interesting, right? Because the Moon in reverse, or the Moon, rather, is the Moon card, right? The Moon. But there's also a Moon on the Four of Cups card. So, there's an element of time that we're seeing here. And you're at somewhat of the mercy of time. We see a Moon here on this card as well. So, Libra, I will say this, right? You may feel that you are at the mercy of time, of the turning of time, until it's the right time to bring everything out in the open. Okay, but you're waiting for the passing of it, but you may be feeling like it's taken a while. Okay, but to that same token, right, you may be feeling like I let it take a while, because am I ready? Am I ready for the day to come out and to present it? It's like that. It's like almost like a performance anxiety thing as well, right? It's like, on one hand, you want time to pass more quickly, but on the other, you're like, it's like, if the sooner it passes, right, the sooner I'm going to have to make this major change. So, right, hope and fear kind of can be seen as the same energy. Nonetheless, the Three of, and I will also say this, right, whatever this changes, once you come out and speak about it, it's like you don't quite know what it's going to be like after that. And we're seeing that as well with the Nine of Wands, the Moon on there, right? Like, not quite sure what this world is going to be like, but I'm moving towards it, and it's just a matter of time. So, final outcome, Three of Cups in reverse, where we previously associated with a certain group of people, a certain way of behaving, a certain even self-perception, right? We're seeing that is being uprooted in some way, okay? And we're taking on a more independent approach, a more self-empowering approach, standing up for our personal truth, right? But it's about taking down, right, this old way of thinking and doing things and seeing ourselves. And again, that's self-talk, very important. Self-talk, self-talk. So I'm feeling it's like the unlocking of our freedom, and our independence as an individual being. Okay, and so in your environment, you have the Four of Wands in reverse. Interesting. 3, 4, both speaking to somewhat of an environment kind of circumstance. Okay. Interesting. So there's a lot of introspective energy that is somewhat repressed, that is somewhat done incognito. That's what I'm feeling, okay? So this is like the opening of the mind, but it's like you're not able to open your eyes yet, right? It's like you're looking underwater, but you're opening your eyes underwater. You're not able to come above the water, right? And like, guys, look what I found underwater, like all these creatures, right? Swimming beneath the sea. It's like you gotta still, right, internalize the process to some degree, but right, it's like I'm feeling like in your downtime, when you get the chance, introspect, and the new moon period is going to be a fabulous time for that, Libra. Okay, a fabulous time for that. Judgment in your energetic pathway. That is like powerful motion, okay? That's like transformation, just literally getting on the runway and taking off. So with whatever this is, you're ready to transform from whatever the situation is. Like you're being kind of clear and distinct in and of yourself and with others where you stand in this environment and how you relate to it. Okay, so energetically though, you're like, I am so ready to differentiate myself, right, in some sort of greatly independent way that previously, for quite some time, I had not. All right, and I wanted to pull an extra card for you with that Judgment card, and I pulled the 9 of Pentacles, and it's overlaying the 3 of Cups. So what I'm feeling for you here is that whatever this transformation is, it's going to be abundant. It's going to be abundant. The 4 of Wands and the 9 of Pentacles are so similar. They're so strikingly similar in their configuration, right? They're both sort of a diamond shape. So, where this is the ruminating, right, on how do I want to wield my fire energy? How do I even see myself in this new world? By way of my creation. What does it look like? What does it feel like? It's like a very dreamlike state, right? It's like sleepwalking, okay? Kind of said that for Aquarius as well. Not Aquarius, sorry, I believe it was Virgo, okay? Yes, Virgo. So, look, right, Libra, it's like there's an abstraction to whatever this process is. Okay, it requires you to really think outside of the box, right? And expand the horizons of your mind. I'm feeling meditation is going to be a significant channel by which you can do this and achieve the greater clarity to some degree. But again, I'm feeling it's not going to become totally clear. You're not going to know until it actually happens, right? Yet again, the moon. So it's not going to be as you expect, Libra, but here's the thing, right? Whatever this is, it's going to be abundant, but it may not be abundant in the way that you think it is, okay? It's going to leave you with a greater sense of, it's going to alleviate you, okay? And it's going to be more spiritual and feeling as well. Lovely. Thank you so much, Libra, for tuning in. Oh my goodness, it seems like you, Virgo, and Taurus are on some sort of major escapade, right? That is coming up here. So I'm going to stay tuned for that myself, right? It's very exciting. We'll see how it comes about at the new moon period on the 26th or so. I'll be doing a video for that. phase in the moon cycle. So stay tuned, and I will see you guys then. Thank you so much again, Libra, for tuning in, and have a beautiful March, a beautiful April. Oh, and do not forget also, feel free to check out your ascendant, rising, or moon sign as well, as oftentimes those signs will provide you with further insights into your situation. I know that I resonate a lot with my moon, so it doesn't hurt to check it out, all right? If you don't know your signs, though, you can click the link below in the description box, and that will provide you with the computation of your signs, all right? Thank you so much again, Libra, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.